We're live and welcome. We're gonna see if we can get this in the holder. Why is it being a bitch? Oh, there. What's going on, folks? This is the destruction that once was Campstone wall. So we're gonna see if we can get it cleaned up. Got my little woodland chainsaw. Yeah, a lot of destruction. All the trees came down in this spot. We're gonna open it back up. I was gonna just give up on this spot, but there's been a lot of work into it. So I'm not gonna do that. Hopefully it's working all right. Amani Abu Shaddai, I think that's your name. Hello, welcome. We're getting started. Just get started. Gotta cut some wood, open this back up. This used to be my camp. It was beautiful down here. We had a bunch of storms and it just wrecked everything. So, I mean, there was a roof on that and it's all freaking falling in. So we'll probably rebuild everything. Obviously not today, but we're gonna get it cleaned up. Yeehaw! I don't even know if you can see me. Howdy, everybody. See what we got going on here. Go follow the real hip-hop story, hip-hop music. Woo! Welcome. I don't know who you are, but I guess Adam Friesen, I think that's your name. Welcome. Yeah, we're just trying to get a little bit of this cleaned up. This used to be my camp out here. And, yeah. Oh. What the heck? We're gonna get her done. Tattooed Mama 4 sent an Easter basket. Thanks. I don't know what that means, but cool. All right, guys. I gotta get back to work here in a second. Try to take a quick breather. A little bit of refreshment. Always gotta have that when you're out in the woods. We gotta get all that stuff off the top of my cabin. It smashed the roof right in. Then we're gonna have to rebuild it here shortly, coming in the future. All right. As soon as I get past through, I'm gonna start a little fire. Start burning a little bit so that I can cover it up. I would have people helping me, but I don't have any friends. The only time I have friends is when I'm not doing manual labor. Nobody ever wants to help. We're going to get this to fall down. Some of these I'm not going to cut out. I'm going to keep it like this, like that, so I can reuse this log eventually. Getting there, getting there. It is a beautiful spot, and I appreciate that. And we're gonna get it cleaned back up. Phew. But Fat Boy is gonna take his time. We had a long winter, and I got a little bit out of shape. But we're working on that. I'm gonna get a fire going here in a minute. Start burning up some of this brush. All right. Got a little fire going. Hopefully you guys can hear me. We'll move you up a little bit so you can make sure you can be able to hear me. There we go, folks. So let me get this fire going so I can start burning some of this junk. Trying to see what's left of my camp, which obviously gonna have to just tear the whole thing down. Because one tree broke off, the other one in the back rotted. Gonna have to tear it down and build a new camp. That's all there is to it. The fire danger is up a little bit, so gotta be careful. We do have a whole bunch of water down there. I'm going to use some of this old man's beard that's on this tree. See if we can get it going. Just like that, we got fire. Yes. I'll check comments here in a minute. I appreciate everybody that's watching. It was a beautiful day, and I decided to get back down here and see if we can rebuild this camp. And then we can burn up, get rid of this brush. That's exactly what I'm worried about, the wind. So I won't build too big of a fire. Hello, Nicholas. I think it's Day Nicholas. And Michael Sepnick. And Mother. And welcome everybody. We'll get that fire going, make sure we get a flint in place so I don't have to pay attention to it. I got this bucket here. Oh, it broke. That's not good. Well, I got a plastic bag that I'll use. For water if I need it. From like 2 years ago. So if I need it, I'll pour that on the plant. I don't think it's going to go too far. But we'll get it going and burn up this brush, and then we'll cut some more out of the way. A little bit of work. I mean, that used to be a roof with a cabin bottom and had sides on it, but we tore it all off because we're going to rebuild it. And then all the trees fell and landed right on it. So it is what it is, but if you guys got any questions or anything, just feel free to leave in the chat and I'll answer them. If you haven't watched my other videos, go back and check them out. This is Camp Stonewall. Any of the videos I did down here will be labeled as that. So sweet. And this is my little Walmart chainsaw. I'm telling you, I never had a chainsaw from Walmart that worked so good. There, we got that far, but like I said, I gotta clean up. So I can do it. There. Let that burn down for a second and get something established so don't get out of control. Hello, Bearwire and Wally. No, I will not, because I am smarter than the average outdoorsman. And I've had extensive years of firefighter training. And I have a plastic bag. I can fill that thing up with water and put it out the fire in 2 seconds. It'll be like an airdrop. You have no faith in me, Wally. But in order to get rid of all this stuff, I gotta burn some of it. We're gonna rebuild Campstone wall. Mark my words. It's gonna be better than ever. And don't worry, I'm still working on my other camp too, but that one I'm building for my mother. Yeah, it's grass and brush and all that is a 1 hour fuel. The top can burn an hour after it was been wet, as long as it had sun. But this is why I was over there brushing the leaves back and stuff. And it's all wet underneath of it. But I'm gonna burn that down and get a fire established, and then it should be all right. A little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. The easiest way to clean up stuff is to burn it. Already getting somewhere. I love it. You can pretty much call this stealth camping. The interstate's right there, and all them people are so concerned about their everyday lives. They throw trash out of the car onto our property. They don't even know I'm here. I love it. Yeah, it was bad. We knew that tree right there was coming down eventually. And we were all waiting for it. And finally it did fall. And it fell exactly the way we thought. And then the one behind it fell. And this one over here broke. And they fell right on the camp. Obviously, I showed you that. You know. Yeah, sorry about that. There ain't nothing I can do about that. Just let it be a reminder of how nice it is to be out in somewhere like I'm doing right now and be enjoying nature and not just flying by it at 75 on the interstate like all these people. But you know, people have lives and they have to do what they have to do. I got a lot of brush here. I got to burn it so I can get in more. Probably going to be a long live stream because I'm streaming until we're out of battery. It's hooked up to the reactor, so who knows? Who knows when that'll be? But I kind of want to do something different. I've been doing a lot of treasure hunting, and I find a lot of good stuff, and it seems like lately I do those videos and nobody's watching them, so what's the point of doing them? Like, oh, I'm just gonna find treasure for myself, I guess. I know I have the faithful people that love my channel, and I appreciate you, but you know, I get out and I spend a lot of time, and I don't know. I try to keep myself from getting discouraged with what it is. YouTube's a hard game. But I never give up, and I never surrender. How's everybody? How you been, Bear Wire and Wally? You guys been good? Everything going well for you? I'm gonna make you a moderator, Bear Wire. There, Bear Wire, you now have a wrench. If somebody comes in, they're being ignorant in my live stream, you can kick them. YouTube, and I love doing real shit. Some people don't agree with some of the language that we use on my channel, and a lot of people don't like it when you're smoking and stuff like that, but just a cigarette, folks, get over it. We're getting there. So many people are petty. Stupid shit. You know what bugs me about YouTube is I'll get like 5 subscribers, we'll say. I'll be all happy about it. Next time I turn around, go check it, say 2 hours later, and I lost all of them. Or I lost 5 people, you know. So you're like, well, what the heck? So you try not to celebrate until a week later when they haven't gone away. You can almost walk back through here. I like it. No, I know you're not complaining, Bearwire. Did it give you your wrench? Well, it says you're a moderator. Good. And now, if you come into my live streams and I see you and you start showing up all the time when I'm doing lives, and you're friendly and you talk and you get to know me and the other people that come into the live stream, like Bearwire, you'll eventually get yourself a wrench. But I'm not like all the other YouTubers, and they seem to just give everybody a wrench that comes in, and I'm not going to do that. Then we're going to let that burn down for a second. Then we'll add some more. Campstone wall will live again. Catherine H. This is Maine. I-95 in the great state of Maine. And this is my former camp, which had a mass destruction happen during a bunch of storms we had. All right, we gotta let the fire burn for a minute. So I got plenty of time to chat while we wait. Hey, you can't do nothing about Mother Nature. You just gotta pick up and drive on. This was my camp. You know, like a backwoods camp, survival camp, and we had fun building it, but we're gonna redo it. It's gonna be better. We're gonna take down what we got here and build it better. Build back better. Ew. Ha! See that? That's what I'm talking about there. We got fish, dude. What are you insinuating? I was just being foolish. We don't do politics on this channel. I wasn't saying that towards politics wise. I guess you can take it that way, but whatever. But honestly, I don't ever go on about any kind of politics on my channel. Everybody's allowed to believe in whoever they want and like whoever they want, and I could give a shit less. That's your opinion. That's yours. That's yours to choose. It's amazing how this world has become. You can say something and people get all like butthurt over it. People are way too freaking sensitive. Marking the live stream where it hurts you. We're just out here to have fun in the woods. Maybe someday I'll end up on one of those survival shows. I've applied and I've applied and I've applied and I've applied, and they want little sissies to go on those shows. They don't want somebody that knows what they're talking about. Like that new show Extraction. You put me on there with my few people I choose to go, we ain't losing. I got fat content, I can last. New England PDA! How you doing, brother? Welcome to the stream. You get a wrench, man. I know who you are. There you go. You got yourself a wrench, brother. We're trying to rebuild Campstone wall. I can't do too much at once. I can only burn so much. But I've already opened it up from what it was when I first got started. I'm kind of excited, not gonna lie. But we gotta go use moderation. I can't have too big of a fire. The top of the grass and all the woods is dry. Underneath is wet, and there's a bog right behind me, so. But we can only do what we can do. Welcome, Car Care. I'm not cooking any food tonight. We're cooking up some pine and fir. We're cleaning up Campstone wall. It's gonna become a camp again like it used to be. I got discouraged after the storms and all the trees fell on my camp that we worked hard on building. But I come down here a couple times and I was like, man, this place is so beautiful, especially at night when the interstate comes down. I could not be out here. But right now I'm just working on burning up some of this brush. I mean, if a spark comes over here, it ain't gonna be good. So I gotta work on that. Edward Alexandru. Welcome, buddy. I love the woods too. I appreciate you stopping in. I appreciate it greatly. Trying to keep everybody freaking fascinated and do what I can, but I can't go above and beyond my own capabilities here. And I really just don't want to start a forest fire, so we gotta let that burn down for a little bit. Any questions, feel free to ask. I love chatting with everybody. That's awesome. If you subscribe, I'll try to get over. If you have a YouTube, and I'll try to get over and check out yours. Sounds like you have you might have a pretty good channel if that's what you do. Appreciate everybody. I just like being out in the woods and being away from society, whether it be by myself or with other people. When I first started my channel, that's why I built this spot. It was a place to camp and have a few brewskis or whatever and just chill out. And if anybody wanted to bother you, they're gonna have to come all the way out here. Good luck, because only certain people know how to get here. Well, I hope so, brother. If you do, you better look me up. I could definitely freaking go on a treasure hunt with you. That'd be awesome. Oh, listen, a dead spot. Oh, I talked too soon. I just like to have fun. You know, if you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong. Once that fire burns down a little bit, we can throw some more in it. It's going to be awesome. There's just so much that fell down that, yeah, you can only do what you can do. Well, thank you, Edward. I appreciate it. The U.S. can be a great country, but we also can be pieces of shit just like the rest of the world. It's not everybody, though. That's the thing. Like, sometimes you watch stuff on TV, you see this, you see that. The United States, every country, not everybody is bad. There's just bad people in the world, and you know, hopefully someday we can come together as a world nation or something and get rid of these bad people. But time has stood, and it will always show you that there's always going to be that person, no matter what you do. Welcome to the pitiful thing we call mankind sometimes. I just try to avoid people like that and try to enjoy the good people. All right. We're going to dive back in over here for a minute. Try to get some of this cleaned up. once spark gets over here, man, I think it'll be good. Yeah, that won't be good at all. Nice. I don't have a cottage. I have a trailer. I'm trailer trash. I like it. I'm just kidding. I'd like to have a nice little cottage on a lake or something. That'd be amazing. This is my little tree here. I don't know if you guys saw it, but my special camp tree, and all the trees and everything fell around it, and it didn't kill it. Made me happy. The lifeblood of Campstone Wall is that little tiny tree. And by the way, folks, this hat you see me wearing, I've had since before YouTube, years before YouTube. I've had it for, probably 20 years now. Used to wear it all the time. Oh, we got some wind. That's why I wasn't trying to build it so high, but should be all right. It's gonna burn up quick. What could go wrong, folks? What could go wrong? Nice. Nice. I tried to get into the military when I was younger, but they had stipulations, and I had what I thought was asthma. Turned out it was just severe allergies to pollen and trees, which is kind of odd because I love being in the woods. But I got on some medication and it solved it. And now I'm older, so I guess the Army's out of the question, but I've always enjoyed history and, you know, the military because my dad was in the military. I have utmost respect for anybody that's in the military from any country. We gotta let that burn down. Like I said, we don't want those forest fires. Yes, Bearwire, I did my time being a military brat. I learned a lot from my father. I did my time as a firefighter, so I feel like I'm a veteran too. So I guess I have the right to respect for myself too. I definitely appreciate everybody coming in and chatting. This is why I do these live streams, and when I do live streams and nobody comes in, I sit there and I go, why am I even doing this? Like, what was the point? But we're going to see Camp Stonewall evolve from what it originally was to something amazing. And it's all going to start from the bottom up all over again. That's awesome. I used to watch a little bit of that airsoft stuff. They had like giant military exercises, but it was all airsoft, and it seemed like it would be so cool to be a part of. I kind of thought the airsoft was kind of a little bit childish at first, but it really ain't. I mean, it's just like paintballing or anything. It's just about going and having fun, you know, and doing something you like. Nice, nice. Are you talking to me, New England PDA, or? Figured you knew. I didn't figure you were, because you know where I live. I like you, Edward. That's a good, solid, awesome person. Everybody wants to protect the ones that are... We've already done a number in just a little bit of time. Hello, Rizard. If I kill you guys' names, I apologize. I'm horrible with names. Welcome everybody to Camp Stonewall. If you're wondering why we named it Camp Stonewall, because all of this land used to be farmland. And this right here, there was a fence that ran across and there's a big stone wall. All this dirt is covering a stone wall that used to be here. So I've tried doing some metal detecting out here, but I didn't find anything. But none of these trees in this forest was here. It used to be all farmland. Swear to God, the best Walmart chainsaw I ever bought. I have a Husqvarna 450 Rancher, almost brand new, and that thing has been the biggest piece of shit I've ever freaking owned. When that one messes up, that one will keep on going. I just can't use it for the big wood that I need to chop. Whew. Hey, you can if you figure out whose property it is and you get permission. A lot of people are really good about it, and some people just don't want you on their property. But most times, you got to ask permission unless it's public land. In the state of Maine, you don't have to. If it's public land and they don't have an ordinance in the state of Maine, then you can legally metal detect it. If you do any kind of federal public land, you're only allowed to keep clad. Anything that's historical, you have to put back in the ground. Which is kind of stupid, but that's the facts. Yeah, I agree with you, New England PDA. But it's like people give me a hard time all the time about metal detecting on the Penobscot, but the whole entire Penobscot River is not protected. There are certain parts along the way that are protected, and I respect that. Find some of my best stuff along that Penobscot. sliced. That's my mother. She's an amazing woman. Don't let her fool you though. She's just watching me to make sure I don't go crazy and burn down the forest. I'm just kidding. Whew. Sounds ridiculous, but I get beat pretty easy. My back, I hit 41 and I started realizing how bad shape I was in. I'm right there with you, Edward. I'm right there with you. I'm just trying to get rid of this mess over here because I don't want it to catch on fire. The only way I can do it is by burning it or putting it off somewhere else, and I'd rather just burn it. I have lost weight though, because these are my ice fishing pants. These things are worth a lot of money. I mean, look at all the tears and rips in them. All these slices are from the ice auger, walking by it. But they don't stay up anymore. And I'm too dumb to wear a belt. Just something about Campstone Wall, like only good things ever come out of coming to Campstone Wall. My idea for Campstone Wall originally was to build a main like cabin next up here next to the fire, and then make sort of like a little campground so that I can invite subscribers and certain people up to come camping, and we can all have a great time. And I've had a bunch of people that you see in my channel have come and tried to help. It's not been too bad. Old man yells at clouds. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story. My dad said it was his grandmother or somebody in my family would go outside and they'd see the clouds and they'd go, oh, it's gonna rain, and they'd go. And they thought they could cut the clouds so it wouldn't rain. I don't know. I don't know if it works or not. I've tried it. Who knows, folks? Who knows? I've got a lot cleaned up already. But you can only go one stick at a time. Hadn't been down here in a while though, so I lit the fire and I let it burn itself in, so I know that like it's not just gonna throw sparks everywhere and catch the whole woods on fire. Well, I hope you get to come to the USA, bud. Depending on where you go, if you come to Maine, look me up. I'll be around. She don't dare to ride her four-wheeler down here. Challenge accepted, mother. She has a four-wheeler. She knows how to get here. I'm not being a butthead. I'm just trying to clean this place up, like I said. But now I gotta let that fire burn down. Welcome to Real with Aaron. Woo! Well, it's 5:16 now, so soon the interstate will calm down a little bit. But it's like rush hour type stuff. Everybody's going home, except for the idiots going north towards Bangor. But I can't burn anymore until that burns up. Oh yeah, by the way, Mom, don't worry. I got 2-year-old Gatorade to put the fire out with, and a bag to scoop some water. So many trees. So many trees have fallen over. That's not a lie, Mom. I think at the age of 16, I could have gone on one of those shows on TV, like alone, and I could have beat half the people they choose to go on those shows because of just the amount of stuff I know. The only thing I'd have to learn is if I went to a different terrain, a different country or something like that, I'd have to study up on their plants and stuff like that. But I'd say I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. That's the thing about life. There's always going to be somebody better than you at something. burning hot on one side. I gotta let that burn down. I can't put no more in. Little tiny sticks are okay now and then, but I got a lot of big stuff in there. And one side's not burning at all, so. Hey, it was nice to meet you, Edward. Hope to see you again. And keep being an awesome person. You sound pretty great. And we'll see you next time. Now we're just gonna sit and relax for a few minutes and watch the fire. I'm right here. I can see the chat, so let's just enjoy. I appreciate everybody. You guys are making my day. You know, I try to do YouTube, and honestly, I'm trying to do it as a job, but it's difficult. And for anybody that's doing YouTube, you know exactly what I mean. The only thing you can do to make things better is just keep being you and not worry about it. And things will happen. Jay Steely. I live in Candish for 12 years. That was enough of camping for me. Well, you know, man. Some people get to the point where it's enough, and you know, I get that way with a lot. I love treasure hunting, but if I do too much, eventually I get like, I don't want to do that no more. I want to do something else. You know, like I do a lot of ice fishing during the winter, and this year I had a bad year. Usually I catch all kinds of great fish, but every time I went out, everybody else was catching fish, and I just didn't catch anything. And I kept going, man, if I don't catch a fish, nobody's ever going to watch my YouTube again. But it is what it is, you know. It's life. Yep, definitely gotta let it burn a little bit more before I can add any more. Hey man, it's called stealth camping. I'm near the interstate, but I'm not that close. I mean, I can see the cars going by. I live right next to the interstate, so. You know, we keep it real. That's why I have the camo netting. They can't see the fire. Woo! We just gotta let that fire burn down a little bit so I can add more stuff. Trust me, it looks like it's not going, but it is. I wish I could. I wish there was a 7-Eleven near me. I would. We've had pizza delivered off the interstate before. I'm having a safety meeting myself, New England PDA. Like I said, you gotta have fun. You gotta enjoy yourself in anything you do, because if you're not enjoying it, what's the point of it? They say, what is it, all work and no play? I need a poker. Don't laugh at me, my pants keep falling down. Freaking pants. Oh yeah. The whole side of the camp just went. She just collapsed. I have a belt. I always just fail to put it on. It's getting darker. The best part is I haven't had to use a Gatorade to try to put out the forest fire. I don't know, it says quite a bit. I get this cleaned up. Next time I can cook some food. Just awesome to be here. Nice. Someday you can be sitting on that rock right there. More than welcome, man. I know we've talked about meeting up someday and treasure hunting. That'd be cool. I do a lot of good stuff with a lot of good people up here. Treasure hunting with Seth and Ezra, stuff like that. But, you know, everybody has their own lives. And a lot of times when I go do this stuff, they've already got plans. I didn't plan it. I just was like, oh, I'm going to go do this. You know, I'm like the ADHD outdoorsman. I'm just like, I got to do something. I'm going to go do this today. And here I am. But we've done a good job. We've done a good so far. We've got it open back up. Now I'm just working on burning off this old cabin so it don't catch on fire sometime when we're, you know, down here or something. That's all it is, man. We get together and like if we were gonna come down to Camp Stonewall, we would just be like, "Hey, you want to go to Camp Stonewall?" Well, you know, we can even plan something someday, but you know, we'd be like, you know, what are you bringing? What are you bringing? What are you bringing? All right, and we just come down here. We have a few drinks. We freaking, you know, have some safety meetings, whatever, and freaking just enjoy ourselves. And you know, nobody's better than nobody. Nobody. It just doesn't work that way. Just have fun. If you do something stupid, somebody's probably gonna say, "Hey, that was fucking stupid." But that's what real life is. This is like chicken soup for my soul. Because it's like, this is where I started my first camp, my first, like, I don't know, when I was getting serious about stuff. And I almost gave up. And now I'm down here and I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't give up on you. This is the best place. That big rock just happened to be there, and we were like, oh, let's make a fire pit right in front of that rock so you can just sit there and cook food and enjoy yourself. And there's a lot of different memories that come into this place. But the Mother Nature herself said, nope, it's time to change it. So that's what's happening. Oh, I definitely probably could. Make some roadkills too. I love that. Good comment, Edwin. Erwin, sorry. You know, that's a great idea. Someday I'm going to do that. There's so much you can save. People see a dead animal on the side of the road and they automatically think it's no good. But I'm a meat cutter. You know, I cut up wild game, so I know whether it's good or not. I'll be eating it and everybody else will be like, oh, I'm not eating that. And I'll be like, okay. You know, that's what I'm saying. I can survive. Like, I'll eat things normal people wouldn't eat. Like, I'm not scared. So, like, I see all these shows and they're like, you gotta boil the water. Well, you do, but some of the places that do these things, that water is like cleaner than when you're near the city. You know what I mean? Like, find where the stream comes into the lake and drink from there instead of drinking straight from the lake. You know, moving water is cleaner than stagnant water. Then you don't have to boil it. Yeah, you might run the risk of getting sick, but I'm telling you what, if I'm thirsty, I'm drinking that running water. As long as I know that I'm out in the middle of freaking, you know, nowhere, not next to a city or something stupid. I'm getting a lot of free deer that way. You can start to hear the interstate slowly fading off. And that's when it gets great out here. You can slowly hearing it. It's dying off. It's going to get great. We got this tree. I'm going to go try to yank on it. This is where I die in the woods, folks. This is where it starts getting interesting. What will Aaron do next? That tree right there is going. It's going somewhere. I don't know where, but it's coming down out of there. It's not. fell pinched right between two trees. It's gonna have to be cut. And I'm not doing that right now. I'm gonna cut this right here so I can get that over there. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Well, it's just like that coyote over there on the side of the interstate. I figured the rest of the coyotes would eat it, but the only thing that I've seen when I was looking at it that ate it was probably birds because the eyeball was missing. We're doing it. We're getting it. Slowly but surely. Night, Mom. Love you. Nice to know. I have never really got into trapping. I mean, I have all the stuff to do it. I just haven't. It does seem fun, though. What a great day and what a great night so far. You guys are all amazing and I appreciate you. I really do. I like to show what I'm doing and to be able to do what I like to do and have a bunch of people come in and be happy to watch and enjoying it. That makes me happy, man. That really does. It makes you feel like that, you know, there's other people out there that like the same kind of things you do. Real people. Yeah, Mom had a skunk in her chicken house, killed one of her chickens, so she took a couple shots at it and she injured it. It couldn't go nowhere, and then I finished it off when I got home. Like I said, I have breathing issues, and that skunk, I couldn't be near it because I wouldn't even be able to function. I'd die. But now that it's not so bad, I think I'd go take care of it. Hello, Jovan. Welcome. And Josh. Welcome. We're just burning up some brush. A little bit at a time because I don't want to set the woods on fire. Trying to get Campstone wall rebuilt. Stop making the fire close to the highway. I'm on my own property and I'm not even close to the highway. Well, I mean, I am, but I'm not. What reasonings do you have to say that? I'm not a crackhead. The fire's going straight up. It ain't even going over the interstate. Unless I'm just taking your comment the wrong way. I've had many fires here and never had a problem. Smoke doesn't even go across the interstate. I will say, first thing in the morning when the air's cold, it drifts for a moment, but once the fire gets hot, it goes straight up. Yep, that's true. And not in any way am I trying to be a jerk. I'm just saying, like, look at this fire. It's going straight up. I'm not burning plastic. I'm not burning tires. I ain't doing nothing to hurt anybody. I'm just cleaning up my little campsite that had disastrous trees fall on it from windstorms and everything else. Sometimes people just jump to conclusions because they don't know where I am. They don't know, you know what I mean, the circumstances. And they go to watch something and they say things. People need to take a little bit more time in their day to, you know, to look at things. Because it could look like a totally, I mean, some of the videos they post out there, you watch it because you're like, oh my God. And then you watch the video and it wasn't even that bad. But it just looked it. I've honestly can say I've been safe with this fire. And I'm trying to rebuild my camp. And if that gets a spark on it, it's bad. So, yeah. That's why I'm slowly taking all this and burning it. Creating less of a hazard before I have one. I'm in the United States. How about you? Well, welcome. Bulgaria. That's a new one for me. But that's pretty awesome. You're watching me in Bulgaria. I think that's what it says. Country dinner, Turkey, or Greece. Yeah. I lived in Germany for a small portion of my life. Welcome to the stream. I'm trying to get my campsite so it's safe. I'm not trying to burn it down before I even get a chance to camp here, you know? But I haven't been here, I haven't done anything here in a long time. Yep, this is our land. My mom owns it. That can be true, but I feel like nature just does what it does, and and you have to deal with it, because in order for us to live, we need nature. In order for nature to live, it needs us. We have to simultaneously exist. Like, I wanted to exist here, and nature said, nope. Destroyed everything I have. And go back and watch those videos, Campstone videos. I have a whole playlist. And I just haven't done anything at Campstone because every tree in the forest fell directly on my camp. But, like I said, I never give up, never surrender. And I'm like, man, I really liked it down here, so here I am. But I appreciate you. Welcome. We're about nature, not about destroying it. Well, thanks for joining. Take care. Peace. A little bit warm. It's starting to get darker. I'm gonna finish up this tree over here before it's dark. Now I can just break stuff out of that as I'm here. One little gas. Gonna fill it up. I'm still proud of my little saw. Don't make fun of me. It's not fair. My little Walmart saw's cut more wood than that Husqvarna. Every time I go to use it, something bad happens to it. Ever faithful lemon saw. Whew. I've done a lot, folks. Doesn't seem like it because I've been enjoying it, but all those trees that were in here at the beginning, they're all gone. I'm happy with that. We burned up a lot of the brush. Had a bunch of great people, like Mike Schmitz. Welcome. Happy and good Friday to you, man. We're getting it done. One stick at a time. The key is to just keep throwing it in. You can make it magically disappear, folks. There you go. Keep throwing it in. Welcome back. Still chilling, still burning stuff. Trying to get it cleaned up. Kind of getting a little worn out, not gonna lie. I'm fat and lazy. We've done a number over here though. I'm trying to get this tree open back up because that's the special camp tree. I think it's supposed to get huge before it would be amazing. But all the trees though, they didn't hit it. Or maybe a little bit. There's a few branches on it now. Hopefully we can get this right here going. Then I'll start to be able to show you guys the book of what structure we had. State of Maine. There, my little trees pretty much out of danger. So happy. See? I can literally say I'm a happy camper. Starting to get into the camp. I'll try to show you what I can. So we had a whole floor and we can't tear it down. The roof came down. Me and my son stayed in there during a nor'easter snowstorm. We woke up the next day, the snow was this high. That was crazy. It was fun though, and we weren't cold. I do live here, but not in there. Oh, we're getting there though. We're getting there. Sooner I get rid of all the mess, sooner I get to build something. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. The bears are more scared of me than I am of them. 9 times out of 10, they'll head out. They don't want to be near it. They want to come when the fire's dying out and there's no noise from people. I have had a bear attack my other camp. He ate my coffee creamer. He literally just chewed into it and just kept chewing on it because the more he chewed and his saliva got in there, the more it made it liquidy, and he just savored the whole bottle of creamer. Pretty amazing. It's amazing the camera, like how bright it is on the camera, and it's so much outside. I stayed out here one time by myself, and I'm pretty sure it was deer coming in. It was a little hairy because it was just like something walking around the camp and you don't know what it is. But I just stayed inside and they just pretty much explored and then headed out. Might have been raccoons, who knows. You got that right, Pat. Welcome. And Dennis. That's definitely not the river. That is Interstate 95. I've been here for a while. I'm starting to get pooped. But we got a little bit more to burn up. Just starting to get good now. Fire! Absolutely love it. Wow, I heard about that, Kim. Yeah, people don't like it. I understand it. I mean, nobody likes to see the animal being dispatched, but yeah, I totally understand. But thanks for looking out. I appreciate that. Huh. I don't know. I guess I didn't see it. Well, that's too bad though. When somebody's just trying to do what they do and show what they show, and you know, stuff like that happens. I don't know. I've done so good out here so far though. Look at this. That's where the camp fell. There was all kinds of trees. You can see the ones I've cut off. It's open back up. We're going to be able to get back out here and do some stuff. It's going to be amazing. I had to make myself come down here because I love this spot, but when all the trees fell, I was just discouraged because I spent so much time down here building things. That it does. It sucks trying to do YouTube like I do and like Joe Holland does and like everybody does, and you gotta worry, like you gotta feel like you're walking on eggshells when you're just trying to post real stuff and you're trying to just show people what you do and get somebody interested in something. It sucks. I deal with a lot of things when I'm trying to go treasure hunting. People think they know more than me or whatever, but I always look, we look up where we're going. We respect the law. And then people always think they just know more. It's like earlier I had a comment and they jumped to conclusions because I heard the cars, don't burn next to the interstate. And I didn't just kill them. I was like, why do you say that? Like, I know what I'm doing. I know where I am. I know my distance. I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? But why do you say that? Like, and then they seem to like sort of start to understand because I didn't kill them. That's what people do, though. That's what the internet is. It's a very scary place to be a part of. And a lot of people just don't realize that. Like, the things they post will haunt you the rest of your life. That's why I like the woods and sharing this stuff with you guys, because when you're out here, it's very good. The only issue we're having is coyotes have moved in and it's grown up a lot, and we're gonna get it cut soon so that we can open it back up a little bit. And there's been a lot of storms which destroyed like all of the woods in the past couple of years, so a lot of work to do. And that's another reason why I never get to my fun spots. I'm hoping to someday in the future be able to like do a subscriber meetup. We'll meet up somewhere and go metal detecting or whatever. Just show up for the day. I'll cook hot dogs and hamburgers, and everybody can just hang out and get to meet me, and I can meet a bunch of new friends and people that have been watching my channel and give something back. But I mean, I'm not even that big, you know what I mean? Like YouTube, I got 13,000 subscribers, but I don't consider myself to be like some of these people. I just have been doing this and sharing what I do, and I meet new people every day because of it. And I enjoy it, and I love it, and yeah, someday we'll do that. Hello, Gene. Welcome. We're just chilling out now. I'm just trying to burn up some of these little sticks and stuff around now. Clean it up a little bit more. Trying to let that burn down a little bit so I can stir it all up and start over. Fire! That's ridiculous, Aaron. Not tonight, I'm not. I got food waiting for me up to the house. I just wanted to get down here today to clean things up. From all, like I said, from all the trees falling on everything. That used to be my camp. Trees fell, you can see the one hanging. And destroyed everything. So we're just gonna burn everything and then we're gonna rebuild. That's the thing about the woods. It's the real Minecraft, folks. The real Minecraft. What can you mine out of the woods next to you? What can you do? Can you survive? I love that. I grew up on that. And I grew up in Germany, Tennessee, Kentucky, and then moved back to Maine. So I spent most of my life away from here and learned different things from different terrains. But then when I moved back to Maine, I was like, I was born here, but I'm just saying. Sorry, I'm rambling. I got a little bit of a buzz, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm just being real and trying to get this cleaned up so we don't freaking have a big giant forest fire down here. And love is life. Woo! As soon as that burns down a little bit, I'm gonna add more. No way, no how. It's gonna be awesome. I had to go get more of that camo netting. I'm gonna make another layer that sets back probably 15 feet and then it hangs from the trees above this one, and then let all those trees grow, and I'll make my own back shield so that people going by on the interstate don't see the fire, you know, because I know that many people going by, somebody's gonna see a fire and they're gonna be like, oh my God, and call the fire department. And yeah, so far nobody's called the fire department on me. And then the fire department would come and be like, oh, it's just a campfire. I do got to remember to bring a rake the next time I come down, though. Starting to rain. Just felt raindrops. Look at the sat. Oh, it's raindrops. We'll try to go as long as we can. It's starting to, man. It's starting to green up. It's gonna rain. I gotta freaking start preparing for it. It's actually better because I can burn more. We'll see. If the rain gets worse, I'll probably have to end the stream for now, but we'll see. We'll play it by ear. Looked like it stopped. That was weird. Alright, back to what I was doing. I just can't let my technology get wet. These are all the branches, like fir tip boughs, often, firs or whatever, spruce. But we snapped them off to make the wind protection for the pit. Funny thing is, we had a big giant pile of wood when we first came down here, just in the same spot. And now there's another one. I said, yes, I burned it all. That's what my campers do. Got sparks go over there. It's all over, folks. Let's just hope that don't happen. Why I'm burning. The next one's going to be all logs, because I got plenty of them. Which is them? Ah! Ooh! Holy moly! Whew. I don't know why I had to do that. Muscles! And then I'll lay around for 3 days because I hurt myself. Oh. I love the fact that when you're doing something because you want to, you can just go all night. But when you're doing something because somebody wants you to, or just because you have to, or something like that, it's just hard to put as much love into it because, you know, unless it's like you're working for, I don't know, a family or something, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's easier to put more love into something you want to do than it is to put love into something everybody wants to do. All right, no more quotes. There's going to be a lot of members only videos coming out. So if you click on one of my videos and you get a skull and crossbones, well, that's because you're not a member. I'm sorry, but I have people that they go above and beyond and they pay for membership, so I have to make videos for them. But they're there. But we're just about done for tonight. As soon as that burns down, I had to go eat my dinner. I love starting fires. Oh, look, it's burning outside the pit. Oh my God, the woods are gonna go up. I don't know. Better check in next time to see if I freaking set the woods on fire. Love everyone. Keep on naturing. Peace.